Come with us to the British Basketball League All-Star Game at the Copper Box Arena, home to the one and only London Lions. So when we first got there, the Women's All-Star Game had already started, but I had to go and get some merch before we went to find our seats. But when we did finally go and sit down, the women were shooting really well. 3-point shots were going up all over the court, some nice layups as well. I think one of the mascots clocked my camera and wanted to get in on the action. She come over and got right in front of me just as Georgia Gale hit that 3-point shot. But some of the shots were going up from distance. I mean, this one's way behind the 3-point line. But unfortunately, Gale missed the buzzer beater right at the end of the game. The South team winning 99-81. And here's a photo of me and Fran in our seats. Next up was the 3-point shootout, which Matt Morgan from the London Lions went first. And even though he missed a few shots on the first couple of racks, he soon warmed up. Oh, and by the way, before we went to this, me and Fran picked who we thought was going to win each contest. Now, the Women's All-Star Game, I said the South team was going to win. Fran said North. So that was 1-0 to me. They also done a skills contest between the mascots and the kids at the half-time of the women's game. But we didn't pick on that one, because of course the kids are going to win. Matt Morgan was my pick for the 3-point shootout. So I was pretty confident after watching him go first. Putting up a massive 63 points. That's going to be hard to beat. Next up was Megan Gustafsson from the London Lions women's team. She was putting up quite a few shots in the game, so we had quite high expectations for her here. I think it might be a bit harder for the girls in this though, because they're shooting with size 7 balls, which I think they use size 6 in their league. I'm not 100% sure if that's right, but if it is, then it's definitely harder than what they're used to. Also, they did just play a full game before doing the shootout contest, so the misses towards the end could just be tired legs. But still, she finished on 42 points, decent score. Next up was Aaron Ray, and he decided to start on the other side of the court. I don't know if this was his least preferred side or what, but he did not start well. Once he'd got through the middle rack, all of a sudden he found his shooting form. But he needed to hit every single shot from here on, just to tie the score with Matt Morgan. All he needed now was another perfect rack to tie the score. And he missed the money ball, leaving him on 57 points. The final shooter to go was Georgia Gale, and she was shooting really well in the game. Also, this was Fran's pick to win, by the way. I think doing this shootout after the game was just maybe too much for her. After missing all of them on the final rack, she only managed to score 3, which leaves her on 9 points. And Matt Morgan picking up the trophy. And another point for me. Sorry, Fran. Next up was the slam dunk contest, and when Sharma came out with this for the first dunk, I had some high expectations. He got 26 points for that first dunk. Clifton Moore Jr. brought out another player to throw the ball off the backboard for him for this one, which he struggled to get going. But when he did get it, it was all 7s from the judges, leaving him on 21 points. Trajan Jacob was Fran's pick to win the dunk contest, and he pulled that out for his first one for 3 8s, giving him 24 points. The final dunker was Jalen Pipkins, and he was my pick to win it. With his first dunk, got 22 points. So if you don't know how this works, each player gets 2 dunks. The combined score of those 2 dunks is their score for the first round, and the top 2 dunkers from the first round go into a final dunk-off, where both scores are reset, and its best dunk wins. Sharma hit that one for a 21-point dunk, putting him on 47 overall. Clifton Moore with another 21, put him on 42 as a total. I know there's probably a lot of pressure on a dunk contest, but I was surprised at how many they were missing. I mean, I can't say much because I can't even reach the rim, so any dunk's incredible to me, really. Jacob hit a 22-point dunk there, which put him on a total of 46. Jalen Pipkins needed a 25-point dunk to get into the final with Sharma here. And even though it was good, unfortunately not quite good enough, leaving him in 3rd place. Now going into the final, I'm sure you want to do something special, but as good as this was, to be honest, I don't think it was a 27-point dunk. But it's what he was given, and I do think overall Sharma was the better dunker in the whole competition. So after the first round, my pick got 3rd place, Fran's pick got 2nd place. She takes the point on this one. But also getting a 27-point dunk meant we had to go for another round. And after a couple of attempts, Sharma managed to hit this through the legs dunk for a 29-pointer. Jacob replied with this one, but not quite good enough. 28 points, meaning Sharma took the title. And finally, we had the men's All-Star game, which had a really slow start. A couple of misses on both ends, and the first point came from a free throw, which I was shocked to see. I didn't think All-Star games even had free throws. But after a couple of missed dunks and a couple of missed alley-oops as well, before you knew it, both teams were putting scores up on the boards. A few nice easy layups, building up that confidence a little bit, getting warmed up. Then they started flying in at both ends. The alley-oops and the dunks just kept coming. Not that one though. And of course, shooters are going to shoot. The three-pointers were flying in on both ends. I enjoyed this alley-oop off the backboard, making it look so easy. Also, there wasn't a lot of defense going on. It is an all-star game after all. They're all there just showing off what they got, including the handles. Even between quarters we were entertained. This is where the announcer got a Mexican wave going around the arena. By the way, for this game, Fran chose the South team to win, and as much as I wanted the South team to win, I did think the North team was going to nick it. So North was my pick for this one. After the second half started, again, some big three-point shots, some big dunks going in at both ends. I was using a different camera here and the quality's not quite as good. You can still see what's going on. And if you've got this far and haven't subscribed yet, why not? Do it now. And the South team in the second half were just getting bucket after bucket after bucket. And then Wang from the Surrey Scorchers hit this ridiculous half-court shot. And here's a replay for you, with the South team taking the win at 149 to 116, and Fran tying the score at 2-all.